Welcome to the Publish a Book as the Ultimate Business Card Virtual Summit. My name is Susan. I'm so glad that you are with us. I hope that you are getting a lot of value from each of the sessions. Let's get started. So today I am going to be speaking about book publishing made simple. And I'm going to show you 3 examples of simple yet effective books to write for your business that will help you attract new clients and customers. So here we go. So now there have been a lot of speakers. You've had a lot of information thrown at you, and you might be feeling overwhelmed or confused. Well, I want to encourage you just to take a deep breath and relax. So who exactly is this session for? So this session is for business owners, coaches, or anyone who wants to attract more clients and customers and who wants to publish a book fast, build credibility, stand out from their competition, and use a book as a marketing tool. So keep in mind that you may make money from book sales when you publish a book. That's the hope. Everybody would like to make money off of their book sales. And yes, that's a great thing. However, your focus is going to be on marketing yourself and showing that you are an expert in these type of books that I'm going to show you today. So keep that in mind, that really the focus is on marketing, because sometimes we don't make as much in royalties as we do from the business that we gain from writing our book. So it's kind of a ripple effect. You might not see it right away, but it keeps rippling out and you get more and more exposure. It can give you chances to get on the media if you have a book. There's a lot of opportunities when you have a book. So don't just focus on your book sales. Really, the focus of the books that I'm going to be showing you today is on the marketing. So keep that in mind. Many different ways and types of books to write. I am just going to show you 3 different types. Just keep in mind, these are not by all means all of the books that you may write. Just 3 examples. So the first book we're going to talk about is an interview style book. So this type of book will work well for these types of businesses: coaches, accountants, dentists, lawyers, real estate brokers, chiropractors, business consultants, or anyone else who wants to show their expertise. So step 1, you are going to write 10 to 20 frequently asked questions, and then you're going to write 10 to 20 should ask questions. So should ask questions, or SAQs, are questions your client should be asking, but they don't know to ask yet. And then you're going to make a list of questions that an interview using your questions would be about 90 to 120 minutes. So if you have some questions that only take a minute or less to answer, of course, you're going to want to have more questions. If you have questions that are going to take a long time to answer, then you would have less questions. So it's always better to err on the side of having too many, because you can always limit what you include in your book. But remember, everything in this interview is going to be included in your book. And if you don't have enough information, it's going to be too short. So you just want to make sure you have enough information. So 10 to 20 is a good number to aim at. So I want to give you some examples of some SAQs. So really, this is your chance as their trusted advisor to say, here's something about either dentistry, real estate, chiropractic, or whatever your industry is that you may never have thought of, but it is very important to think about. So an example is, let's say you are a dentist. What are the possible dangers of not replacing my silver fillings with bonded composite fillings? Now, if you were a dentist and you thought this was something important for your patients to know, this could be a question that you could ask them. It's not a typical question that people ask on a regular basis in your office. But if you feel it's important for your patients to know, this would be a question to include. If you were a realtor, you could ask questions to ask a realtor before hiring them, and then talk about the answers to that. Step 2 is going to be ask someone to interview you. Now, the interview should be 90 to 120 minutes, like I had mentioned before. In step 3, you're going to auto record your interview or use Zoom to video and auto record. Now, the neat thing about Zoom is they give you a choice to download the video or both. And really, if you have a video along with the audio, it could be useful to you on your social media, on your website, if you blog. In different places, you will be able to use that video. You can just have clips of different sections of you answering a question, and it could be helpful to you in other ways. So that's something to think about. You might be able to use that same content in various ways. So keep that in mind, but you do not have to use Zoom to record this. You can use your phone or any other audio recording device that you like. And during your interview, make sure to use layman's terms. You do not want to confuse your readers with a lot of technical knowledge and terms. Step 4, you're going to have the audio transcribed to create a text document. You can Google transcription services and you will have a lot of different options to look at. Google has a free voice typing tool. Just be prepared. You may have to make a lot of revisions because it is not the most accurate. But if you're looking for free, just know you're going to have to do a little bit more work in your editing. And then Rev is also very popular. It's $1.25 per minute of your audio. So if you had a 90-minute audio, it would be about $112. And then step 5, let me fix this. Sorry. So step 5, once you have your transcript, roughly edit it. Take out ums and any other necessary text. Step 6, list each FAQ and SAQ as a chapter in your book. So if you have 10 FAQs and 10 SAQs, you would have 20 chapters total. And then after you have your chapter, you're going to write out your table of contents, your copyright page, your dedication page is optional, and the foreword is optional. Keep in mind, most of your chapters are going to be short, and that's okay. Don't worry that they have to be super long because they don't. This is going to be a short book. Edit each chapter so it reads like a book and not like an interview. Hire an editor if you don't want to do all of the editing yourself. Another option would be you can edit your book first, and then you can hire an editor to edit your book further. Next, step 7, you're going to write the following sections and pages. So you're going to have about the author section, a contact me page, your call to action, and then on your back cover, you're going to be sure to include, you could even include, I would suggest in your call to action page, you also include your business information like your phone number, your address, your website, any way you like customers to contact you. And then step 8, you're going to format your manuscript. You're going to have to format it so that Amazon will accept your manuscript. And then step 9, you're going to work on your title, your subtitle, design your book cover, or hire someone to do it for you. And step 10 is our final step. You're going to open an Amazon KDP account. Now, Amazon KDP account is free to open, and they are going to ask you for things like your name, your address, your bank information, your tax ID, or your social security number, those type of things. So you're going to first get your account set up on KDP, and then you will be able to upload your book cover and other details and submit. Now, once Amazon approves, your book is published. So what Amazon is doing in the approval process is they are making sure everything in your book is formatted properly. So words will not be cut off on your page, or your title doesn't match on your book and in your description. It has to match exactly, or Amazon will not approve it. Your book cover is lined up properly. Just different things like that. They are going to check to make sure just all of the formatting is good to go so that when it prints or as someone reads it on Kindle, it's formatted properly. So that is all that they're looking for. Now, sometimes Amazon approves your book pretty quickly. It could be a day or less. Other times it could be a week or two. I have even heard some people, it has taken as long as a month to get their book approved. Now, typically within a week, I would say is pretty normal. But if you haven't heard anything from Amazon in 2 weeks, don't worry about it. They will send you an email if it has been published. They will say, congratulations, your book is now on Amazon. Or they will send you an email saying your book has not been approved, and they will tell you why it hasn't been approved and what changes you need to make to get it approved. So just because they don't approve it doesn't mean you can't publish your book. You just have to make some changes so that it's formatted properly so that they can accept it. They're not looking at the content of your book at all. They're only looking at the formatting. And then you can also order copies at cost for you. So they're called author copies. You can order those for yourself. And so let's say you're speaking at an event and you want 500 books with you. Well, you can go ahead and order at Amazon's cost, not the price that you have listed on Amazon. So it's a lot more affordable if you need more books. You can also ship books to clients directly from Amazon. So you never have to pick up a book, or you don't have to pick up the book. You don't have to mail it out. You can just send it directly from Amazon to your client or customer. Or you can give your clients a link and they can order the book themselves and it can be sent directly to their home. So you never have to touch any products, which is very nice and convenient. Now we're going to move on to the next type of book, which this is workbooks, guided journals, booklets, and trackers. So I want to give you some examples. So first of all, this type of book is designed for your clients to write in, and it's good for coaches, wedding planners, insurance agents, vet, real estate brokers, a fitness trainer, business consultants, a financial advisor, or just about any business that wants clients to track something, or if they want to stay in front of their customers. So let's say you're a realtor and you want your customers to be remembering you. Well, maybe you have a home maintenance book for them. So every time they have something maintained on their home or have to replace something, they record it in this book. And every time they take out the book, they think of you. And people are not as likely to throw away a book as they are to a business card or other information or just papers. They are more likely to throw away. So if you want to keep your business in front of your customers, this is one way that you could do that. So these types of books are perfect for clients to track things like exercise, blood sugar levels, pet care, home or car maintenance, monthly expenses, anxiety levels or triggers, a guided journal to go through a process, or a house hunting checklist. Really, the ideas are really endless on what you could do with this type of book. So step one, decide on the type of book that would add value for your clients and customers. So is it something they can track? A guided journal where you take them through a process or help them through something. A checklist or help with planning. It could be a wedding. It could be meal planning. It could be travel planning, lots, retirement planning, anything like that. So I'm going to show you some examples of some books that I have created. This is my oil ratings, which is essential oils. So I just want to show you some different sizes. So this is one book that I created about essential oils, and it has recipes, it has favorite blends, ratings for oils, inventory list. And now here's a bigger one. I just want to show you the different sizes. So you see, this is a smaller, this is 6x9, and this is 8.5 by 11. I like 8 by 10. Anyway, those are some types of books. I want to show you examples. And then here's an exercise tracker, sleep tracker, tracking anxiety levels, or planning for self-care. Here's a house selling checklist that a realtor, it will be very useful if you are trying to get your house on the market. What do I need to do to get my house ready to sell? This would be a great little booklet to give to your clients. A monthly expense tracker. If you do anything with finances, this would be extremely helpful to your clients just to keep track of all the expenses. They could keep track of savings. They could keep track of paying off debt, lots of different things. Here's a travel itinerary. Here's an additional travel page ideas. You could do a packing list, travel expense log, a travel budget, travel log of each day. So as they are on their vacation, they're logging every day what they're doing, what they remember from it. A sightseeing list, maybe a journal about the trip. They could rate restaurants or sites. A bucket list of places that they still want to travel. So I wanted to give you those examples, but now we are on step 2. So step 1 was first think about what type of book is going to be valuable to your clients or customers. Step 2, make a list of the pages to include in your book. And remember, pages can repeat daily, weekly, or monthly, depending on the type of book that you're creating. Step 3, create your pages and edit. Now remember, as you create your pages, that you may think, wow, that's a lot to create. Well, you may have several pages repeating. Like I said, it might be daily, weekly, or monthly. And so you might only have 5 to 10 unique pages that you're creating, and then you're repeating those same pages. You're just copying the same thing on every page, duplicating the pages. And so it can go quickly. It does take a lot of time to format everything, but once you have those couple pages done and you can just repeat them, it goes pretty quickly after that. And I'm going to share a little bit later how you can work with me further if you would like. And if you do decide that, I'm going to give you templates for this type of book, so it will go even faster for you to create this. And then on to step 4. So you're going to write the following sections and pages, just like we talked about in the first type of book. Your about the author page, contact me page, your call to action, and then you want to include your business information like your phone number, address, and website. Step 5 is going to be creating your title, subtitle, designing your book cover, or hiring someone to do it. And I will have some tips about your book cover if you would like to do that on your own. It really isn't that hard. There's just a couple things to keep in mind with it, and I'll give you some shortcuts on how to make a great cover yourself if that's what you desire to do. But if you don't, you can hire someone and it will work out great also. Step 6 is to create your Amazon KDP account, upload your book, submit, and once Amazon publishes it or approves it, your book will be published. So that is the second type of book. Now we're going to talk about a book that will help give you credibility and show your expertise. So this book is going to help guide the reader through a process. So maybe you're trying to help someone lose weight, or helping them help their kids to sleep better, or plan healthy meals. I mean, whatever process you have for your customers and clients to go through, this is a great type of book to do that with. So step 1, figure out who your target audience is and create a lead magnet or call to action. So you want to begin with the end in mind, because remember, you're trying to attract new clients and customers. So you want to be really clear before you start who your target audience is. Step 2, you're going to write the introduction. You must share something about yourself. It could be a personal story, why you decided to write the book. But remember, people connect with people, so make sure you have a personal story. And cover what the problem you solve is. Include a brief summary of the solution you're covering in your book, who the book is for, and who the book is not for. Step 3. So chapter 1, you're going to identify the problem you solve and connect the reader with the main issue they are trying to solve. You want your reader to believe they can achieve what you're about to teach them or show them. Step 4. Chapter 2, you're going to introduce the solution. Start getting the reader to move through your process in simple steps. You want them to take simple action steps, nothing too complicated, or people will be confused and they won't continue reading. So very simple action steps. Step 5, you're going to work on chapter 3. Now in chapter 3, you're going to help the reader to move further through your process. You're going to give them encouragement, acknowledge that they might be struggling a little bit, give them ideas on how to stay focused and not overwhelmed. You could give them a free tool, template, or checklist to help in their journey. And you could even use the free tool, template, or checklist as a way to get their email also. Step 6. So this is chapter 4. You're going to recap what the reader learned. You're going to remind them to take action on what they learned and tell your reader they're amazing and you're proud that they have already made progress. Just encourage them along in the process. You can briefly mention a paid product that you have that will help them get faster results, but only if it makes sense. Don't be salesy and don't overdo it, or you're going to turn people off. Step 7, chapter 5. The reader should have a clear idea where they are in the process, and you want to continue to move the reader closer to victory. And talk a little bit about what will happen if they stop, just to motivate them to keep going. Step 8, chapter 6, share case studies to show them how others got results. This can be really encouraging to other people that when you see that someone else has done something, you're like, oh, I can do this too. And it just helps you encourage other people, but it also helps show that you know what you're talking about and how you're helping people. If you've helped someone else, then you could help them. So this is really important. Step 9. This is your chapter 7, and this is the final chapter. Give clear steps to your reader. Maybe you want to do a 30-day challenge, a 30-day action plan, a 7-day checklist. Basically give an opportunity for your readers to get on your email list. Now, let's say you're doing a 30-day challenge. You could do a 30-day challenge and just email them every day of the challenge. So day 1, you send them an email, day 2. So you don't have to be doing an active challenge at the moment to be able to do this with readers. So just think about basically what you want to use to get their email address, because when someone buys a book off of Amazon, you will never see their name or their address. So you can never remarket to them. So if you want to build your email list, make sure you have something. So talk about what you have to offer here too, but use words like whenever you're ready, or here are some ways we can work together. This is the time to tell your reader exactly what they need to do to take the steps that you've given them to come to life. Basically, your call to action. Step 10, write the following sections and pages: about the author, contact me, your call to action, your business information, your title, subtitle, and your book cover. And we've gone over all of these in each of the other book types that we've talked about. And then step 11 is the editing process. Use an editor, because this is not like the workbook booklet that we were talking about previously. This is something that you want to be polished. Make sure you don't have mistakes in it. So you definitely want to get this type of book edited. And then step 12 is to publish on Amazon. I don't know where you are in your book publishing stage, but I just wanted to explain one way that you can get more help from me if you are interested. So would you like help to plan, write, and publish your book? If you would like more details and help in writing a book for your business, you can work with me further. I'm offering training, group coaching, and mastermind groups for 3 months. And if you follow the weekly action steps, your book will be published in 90 days or less. And one thing that I really wanted to do is I wanted to help people through each step of the process. This is not just a course where you watch the course videos on your own time and you figure it out. And yes, there are going to be videos. We're going to have weekly live sessions where we meet and you will get training, but I wanted to walk through the process with you. I don't want you to get stuck in any part of the process. So if ever you feel like you're stuck or you're not sure what to do, I will be there to support you along the way, as well as other people in the group. So there will be training each week. There will be weekly action steps to work on a part of your book every week. There's going to be help for every step of the process. We'll have mastermind groups to help you get clarity and support. Maybe you're just like, I'm not sure if this is the right type of book, or does this sound, what do you think of my title? Just different ideas you can get other people's opinions on is really helpful. And there will also be a private Facebook group for support. And this is what it's going to look like. So, week one will be your why and the type of book that you want to create. Week two, you're going to plan and outline your book. Week 3 and 4, you're going to write your book. Week 5, you're going to create your front matter and your back matter, as well as your title and your subtitle. Week 6, you're going to create your call to action. Week 7, you're going to edit and find an editor. Week 8, you're going to format for Amazon. I'm going to teach you what requirements they have. Week 9, we're going to design your book cover or find a book designer. Or in week 10, you're going to create your Amazon author page. Week 11, we'll plan your launch. And week 12, you will publish your book. So as you can see, some of these steps will be shorter, some will be longer. We're going to have about hour-long calls weekly. And then the rest of the week, you're going to have to work on whatever weekly task that you need to work on. And as long as you keep up, then you will have that book published. And you may even have it published faster than 90 days.